Hey everybody, this is your mentor Scott, and I'm going to teach you how to tell the cardinal directions, so north, south, east, and west, using only a stick, a couple of rocks, and most importantly, the sun. So it's really important to know where you're going. It's important to know your directions. It's easy when we're always hiking in the same areas, we know exactly where the paths are and everything, but sometimes you might find yourself hiking somewhere where there's not an obvious trail or someplace new to you that you don't recognize, and it's really easy to get lost, easier than we think. I remember when I was a young whippersnapper, I was camping with my dad way up in the north in the redwoods, and he took me for a hike deep in the forest, and I didn't realize, but he was actually testing me. So after hiking for probably an hour or more, with no trails, just ferns and lots of redwoods, he said, "Okay, now point back to where our camp is." And I said, "Oh, that's easy. It's that way." And he said, "No, it's that way." And that really stuck with me. That's when I realized how easy it is to get lost when there's no trails or when you're in an unfamiliar space. So there's lots of ways to tell directions, but I'm going to show you a really easy one that I like to use. And yeah, so here we go. Basically, all you got to do is first put the stick in the ground. You want the stick to be as straight as possible, and you want it in the ground completely vertical so that it creates a 90-degree angle with the ground. Now second, I'm going to take one of my rocks and I'm going to follow the shadow of the stick out to the end, to the very tip of the shadow. And I'm going to place my rock there. And that's all we have to do for now. Now we're going to wait about a half hour, an hour. It doesn't actually really matter how long you wait, but I'm going to come back and wait for the shadow to move, and I'll show you the second step. And we're back. An hour has magically gone by just like that. And I have my second rock here. This is actually my pet rock named Ronald. I don't know. And as you can see, our shadow has moved, about 6 inches or so. Here's our first rock, and I am going to place the second rock down. Again at the end of the shadow. And just like that, we now have a line between these two rocks that we could make, connecting them, an imaginary line. And that is going to be our east-west line. So the first rock represents west, and that is east. And if we made an imaginary line between the two, that is going to tell us exactly where west and east are. So then if I could take my stick out now, if I create a cross with a 90-degree angle across that line, then that's going to tell me where north and south are. So this is my north and south line, and just like that we have all four of our directions and we know which way we're facing. And that's it. Thanks.